So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is another subscriber replay. This is Avan Buran, driving the Tier 5 Russian tank destroyer, the SU-85 tank. I really enjoyed. I like the SU-85, I like the SU-100, I like pretty much all the Russian TDs. He's here on Marivanka. It is a Tier 6 game, so he's middle tier. And he's going to head out and do something which I wouldn't necessarily well, actually no, I was going to say wouldn't necessarily advise with these Russian TDs, because they're generally more assault guns than they are tank destroyers, but I think the Su-85 does actually have a pretty effective well, 85mm gun. Clues in the title, dumb idiot. So he's come out to the right, he's got himself in the bush, and he is trying to target those light tanks that are flying around over the top there. They're not giving him... Oh, hello, Stuart, you don't want to sit there. That's the effect of the 85mm gun. Takes off pretty much more than half of that Stuart's hit points. However, he didn't get spotted doing that, so you can have another go at the ELC. ELC seems to want to play TD. Right, he's spotted now. Yeah, that was inevitable. There are two artillery, so he's got to be very careful. And they have their little shooter. Oh, nicely done. Very nicely done. That was a snapshot. Unlikely to hit, but he managed to beautifully. Now, Avant is using camo. He's using binos, and he set this up very much as a traditional tank destroyer. And that's the role he's going to play. So, KV-1 Sport come around the side there. He's got himself into all kinds of trouble. And that is that. Good, right. The game is 2-all, beautifully poised, but if you can see, he's a little bit isolated here. Well, he wouldn't be, but for the fact, look there, we have a Lee and a T1 Heavy camping behind the TD. We have a Stuart and a Covenanter and a T50 light tanks, all sort of sitting in the middle doing very little. Such is the delight of low-tiered games, right? So Avant is it's basically just waiting for the next opportunity, and you can see the artillery is getting a bit frustrated by the fact these mediums and heavies are just sitting at the back camping. But we all know that that tends to happen, particularly in the lower tier games, because I think players are just not really confident about what they're supposed to be doing. There's a Panzer IV-H come around the corner there. Avant is still waiting for a shot. There you go, puts it through his side, nicely done. It can shoot through that building probably. Yes indeed he can. That Panzer IV is in real trouble, but he does take a big hit from a SAV Swedish tank destroyer. Bounces another shot from the T80, and he's pulling back. Now, as I say, these Su guns, tank destroyers, do have a bit of frontal armour. It means they're quite effective up close and personal, apart from against the big guns. But he's not going to chance it. He's going to head back. He's going to get himself set up for another ambush. And, you know, who can blame him? He's been followed by his little lost puppy, which is the T1 Heavy, who, you know, to be fair to that T1 Heavy, he is a very inexperienced player. This is possibly his first evening of playing it. He's got less than 1,000 games in total. So it could well be his first or second evening of playing World of Tanks, and he really doesn't seem to know what he's supposed to be doing. And you know, that's part of the challenge of World of Tanks, I think, these days, is how you encourage and allow new players to develop. So Avant was saying he needs spotters. He couldn't do it all alone. Even with binos, his view range is not that great. The T1 Heavy, they're basically, the artillery's having a go at him, saying you're not artillery, and it's true, he's not. He should be further forward. But if you don't know what you're doing in this game, the obvious and easy thing is to camp at the back. But you know, it's no good the artillery getting annoyed with him. He's still learning. But it is frustrating for other players, that's for absolute sure. You know, you want your players to play their role, otherwise it lets the team down. Okay, there's that. Ooh, T80, nice shot. Thought we'd missed him there. That's a more dangerous target. Can we hit him? No. That shell went absolutely nowhere near. T80, roll back a little bit, please. The M25 is still pinging because I don't know what he's pinging. Is he pinging us or the T1? I don't know. But you can see Avant tried to support him, but that guy is behind the hill, and as he said, he is blind. Russian TDs are not great spotters, even with binos. He's got his view range up a bit, but that won't be helping him a huge amount. There are heavy tanks which have better view range than he does. So he needs some support, and he needs some help. He can bring that 85mm gun to bear very, very effectively if he can see the targets. So M44 is really having a go at the T1, saying uninstall and sell computer. You know, you just got to be a little bit understanding of these guys. They're learning the game. We all have to start somewhere, and I know it's very, very frustrating when you get somebody who just doesn't know what they're doing. I get more upset when there's players who've done an awful lot of games and still do that kind of activity. If they're relatively, you know, complete beginners, then so be it. So in that kerfuffle, the Sav was taken down by the artillery. Artillery is a good, clearly knows what he's doing. It's got 4 kills now. So Avant's going to move around, try and get in a flanking position. And now the M725 is having a go at the T1, and the artillery, or no, the medium tank's having a go at him too. And that's the T80 taken down. But we've lost our SU-85G fake tank. There he is. Let's take him down. Yeah, nicely done. And artillery wraps him up for artillery's 5th kill, stealing that kill. It's still very tight, 10 plays 11, and to be fair, the enemy team don't have an awful lot of experience on their side either. So, you know, this is a battle of the inexperienced players, and that's what happens down low in the lower tiers a lot of the time. And it doesn't do you any good to just get annoyed about it. You're better off just playing the damn game. So it's a catch. It's a sort of who will blink first kind of scenario. Our team has done pretty well. They've still got quite a lot of hit points. In fact, the hit points are pretty much the same, even though there's an extra tank on the enemy team. Both T1 heavies have made absolutely no contribution to the game. And Avant's talking to his team. He's saying defend, we're still 1 behind, and it's true, they are. And they're better off with their tank setup. They've got 2 TDs and an artillery who clearly knows what he's doing, and are ideally suited to hanging around and spotting the enemy. Now he's asking politely, T1, can you go and spot us, please, for us, please? And I don't know where T1 is going, but he's on the move, shall we say. Right, here we go. Contact with one of those pesky T67s. Can we shoot him through the enemy tank? There he comes. Right, nice shot. And to him, he clearly wasn't expecting to see a TD there. Artillery's just splashed him only, didn't manage to do any damage, just stunned him in place, which is a real shame, because now the enemy artillery, you can guaranteed, are swinging their guns merrily this direction, because Avant is the only player spotted on his team, or his only one who's been spotted recently on his team. So if I was the artillery players, I'd be looking all over this direction. But he's got to clear that T67 out. Actually, is he using it? I think he's trying to spot for the artillery. There goes the enemy Hummel. There goes our artillery for his 6th kill. Good job. So that was a nice combination between the two of them. Avant knew he was going to be hit, but he actually mitigated it a little bit by, there's the second artillery shot, by hiding behind the hill, and there's a wreck up there as well, which would have made the artillery shot quite difficult. And he got away with it. The second artillery shot missed. First one only did a little bit of damage. So T1 heavy, I don't know where he's off to, but I think we can count him out of the game for the time being. So it's 11 plays 11. It's actually 11 plays 12 because we're going to discount the T1 heavy. And Avant's now in a really nice spot to see what's coming down this wing. And the good thing about the T1 going that way is that on the other flank, is we know that if he runs into something, we'll see it. So yeah, it's a relatively good scenario. However, are the enemy going to continue to push? We've seen nothing of their T1 heavy. We've seen nothing of their Matilda, although the Matilda has got a kill to its name. And they have got more artillery. Artillery's blind firing. You can hear the shells landing where he was, but they really don't know where he is now. Let's speed this up just a little bit, because this is going to continue for a little while. Still plenty of time left on the game, 4 minutes left. So Avan moves forward, he's warning the artillery, because he knows that artillery is doing a good support job. Oh, here comes the Matilda. Matilda's got it through the middle. Oh, and that's a lovely shot from distance. Very, very nice indeed. Takes down the Matilda. Right, we are in this to win this. So Avant moves forward. He's now on 1500 damage. M44 tells him he's ready to fire. This is really good teamwork between this artillery and the Sioux. Fantastic work. And our other Sioux is not really doing anything. Avant's now trying to spot up there, but didn't get spotted as he went over. So I think he knows he's relatively safe at the moment. But the enemy, if they got any sense, they'll know that he's coming from this direction, because that's where he was last seen. And this thing is not the stealthiest tank in the West. So he's got up in a nice bush again. Binos are coming up. Can't see anything. So he decides to roll forward a little bit further. There's the enemy T1 heavy. Now it looks like he is AFK in the cap, which is slightly frustrating for everyone concerned. Puts a nice shot into him and he's set on fire, and that is Avon's third kill. Very easily done. So there's just two artillery left. One's to our left. Right, there it is. He hasn't spotted us, and that is our fourth kill. Nicely done. Very low hit kill, sorry, he said. Enemy Hummel has been spotted by our T1. At least he spotted something, I guess. He puts one shot into the Hummel. Hummel's virtually finished. And he is indeed taken down by our friend in the artillery, who gets his 7th kill. What a good game between those two players. Played it really nicely. So that was really cracking teamwork. Lot of spotting by the SU-85. Something that's not really well known for. And you can see Avonburen. I'm sure I'm saying that completely wrong. Actually said spotting damage with the blind SU-85. And it's true, this thing is very, very blind. He got an ace tanker for that. He got fighter, he got fire for effect, he got high caliber, and he even got a bond, which down at tier 5 is pretty good. Finished up top of the team, 1,887 damage, 4 kills, 1063 base XP. This M44, who worked so well together, actually didn't do as much damage as you might have expected for 7 kills, only 1,099, but still played an invaluable role. The two of them worked well together, and look at that, they got 11 of the enemy's 15 tanks between them. 17 shots fired by Avon, 12 hit, 12 pens with that 85mm gun. It's a lovely gun. He took 4 hits himself, but only 1 of which penned, 3 bounced off. Most of that was from the light T80 tank that he came under fire from. Doesn't run a premium account, but even without a premium account made a very nice profit of 24,500 credits. Would have been nearly 40,000 if he'd been running a premium account, and of course got the bond, which was for his high caliber, I believe. And with the ×2, 2,126 base XP, which would have been 3,189 if you'd been running a premium account. So there you go. That is Avon Buren driving the excellent Tier 5 Russian tank destroyer, the SU-85, and driving it very nicely indeed, doing some spotting even though you can't see anything, and working and coordinating with the artillery extremely well for a victory. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And in the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. This is Gamer Dom signing out.